What's up, guys? This is Jesse at Jeweler's Advantage, and I've got a quick video, or at least I'll try to keep it a quick video. This one is called Toi et Moi. I think I'm not at Jeweler's Advantage because of my French, but this video is going to be about taking new ideas and drawing them out of traditional design ideas. So this is coming at you thanks to a request from one of our community members, Jody, who gave me a real riddle to solve. She was working on something that was a toi et moi ring. I know, I'm trying my best. And this is what I had been sent. Jody was trying to feed this into Jeweler's Advantage and get a beautiful AI render of a similar type of ring. And what she was having trouble with, and what I'm going to show you that I ended up having some trouble with as well, which is why I made the video, is it was hard to feed this idea in and get an AI render of the exact same thing. And that's something that would make sense because of the unpredictability of a large language model, which is what ChatGPT is. If you're going from text to image, it's almost like you want to approach it like you're creating from a dream world or something like that. I've got an alternative. If you are dead set on a specific type of design, there is a feature that we're going to be adding that pretty much lets you do that. It's just that I want to show more of how you could approach this idea. The reason for that is because Jody also said something really interesting. She said something along the lines of, I want to just come up with new ideas for how to do this type of ring. And in that statement, the seed was planted to really solve the problem objectively in a really interesting way. That is the type of thing that our AI is going to shine with. If you're trying to create traditional designs and you have something clearly in mind of what you want to do, you're probably better off just going to somebody that is a CAD specialist and saying, hey, let's make something like this, but alter it. The other good news that I realized here with this is that AI is not going to rip off any jewelry designers because it's almost like it's better at taking things to the extreme. So let's jump into the thread. I'm going to show you guys what I did. First thing I did was, typically in this type of situation, if you're trying to get something super specific, it's good to start with a drawing. So as you can see, my beautiful drawing here, I did do this drawing. I fed in the drawing into the AI, which can get you some awesome results if you have an open mind. If, again, you're dead set on something, there's a better way to probably approach this. But I would look at our AI as a way to take something out of the dream world, take something out of the subconscious of the AI, and try to get ideas that you wouldn't see normally. Maybe the real strength of this is that you can get looks that you would have never thought of, and then you can do them super, super fast so that you can drum up a large volume of work based on particular ideas and then curate down. I've personally, in one-to-one engagements, done entire collections like that. So imagine like 850 items curated down from 4,000. That's the type of stuff that we do in other engagements, and that's really working like a creative director. But if you're trying to do something specific for like a custom order or something like that, then obviously you got to get more dialed in and get buy-in from the customer. So let's go into how you can do that kind of thing. So we've got the drawing here, and I'm not going to go in and make you guys read everything that I did. I'll put the thread in the chat for this. But basically what I'm trying to do is I'm showing the AI an image of what I want, and then I want to get it talking about how it would make the ring, what the specs would be, get it to make sense of the world through language. We all make sense of the world through language in a linear front to back fashion anyway. It's how language works. It's how you understand what I'm saying right now. So if you treat AI like a person, you kind of want to get it talking and talk about the design considerations, possibly a hidden bridge. It'll talk about parallel bands later on in the thread. But this is what I got it to create first. Create this product. A beautiful ring in its own right. Maybe this is maybe it's not a toi et moi ring. Maybe this is like kind of a more interesting relationship here. But this wasn't exactly what we were going for. A beautiful ring nonetheless. Pretty interesting also, but let's move on. We got a second take here. So I just told the AI to try again, and it definitely did do the design specs. It gave us a pear-shaped blue diamond, and then we have an oval, and maybe these folks have some kids. right? Maybe this is a toi et moi for the family. And this is an idea that is kind of an accident, but that's part of the beauty of the technology. We're getting another look. I would have never thought to do this. So happy family of 5. Then I'm reminding the AI, hey, there were some rules. Follow my drawing, please. And then we get a true unique take. So if the rules were that we were dead set on parallel bands, then it's a no-go. But if the goal is, hey, I just showed you a beautiful ring, but maybe I want to just do 2 center stones and I want a unique idea based on that, then this is hitting the mark. This is something that if you showed a customer along with maybe 2 other items, you could get them to narrow down. Somebody would buy this ring. So moving along, this is, I would take as a success based on what this technology is really strong at doing. So take that as you will. A little bit more conversation. I'm saying this is getting closer. Do you see how the most recent image, there seem to be 4 bands? Provide only a concise answer. I'm getting it to talk. I was just trying to see if we could get it to remove the 2. And it sort of did it again. Another interesting relationship going on here. And then I got another take, and they're all based on the idea. So depending on what your requirements really are, if you have creative control in a vice grip, I get that. I'm an artist too. So sometimes you really want what you want. Again, if we're going language to text, it's going to be random. You're going to see something that you don't expect, which if that's a good thing in your mind for how you're running your process at that given time, then that's good. Then language to image is good. If you're wanting something specific, then we would move it on or just see, maybe we can get another special take. So this one's kind of interesting. Again, you see my prompt is just create this product. I get the AI talking, 2 separate parallel bands with a creative floating setting. As far as the text aspect of Jeweler's Advantage goes, it was nailing it, and it gave us a really good e-commerce description. So oftentimes I'll try to get it doing product specs and an e-com description so that we can have technical and emotional language. Again, it's drawing from the language to try to pull out an image. And I just say, create this product. And we got something pretty usable. Maybe we would lose this prong, but this is a pretty cool take on the idea. If we were just looking for alternative views of how could we make a unique product for our brand with this setup, then cool. Here's another one that seems to be a family of 4 this time. Another nice take. It's a beautiful ring in its own right. Again, you could potentially show 3 of these images. Maybe you would show this one, certainly this one up here, and then another, and then you could get it done that way. Remember, we're trying to get deposits. It's not just a matter of creating the perfect thing you think you want to make. Another way of thinking about it is, how am I going to get this deposit? And I can't read the customer's mind, so maybe I'll be surprised by what they really like if I show them 3 separate takes. I can draw them down a path and get their buy-in that way. Because we are here to sell jewelry, and the customer has to buy into it. So giving some creative space for the customer to be able to buy in could be a path to success for you. So this is where it got interesting. You're about to see something kind of crazy. So I said, let's try something different. I had an idea here. I was thinking, maybe I don't want my creativity in a vice grip. Maybe I really want to take this idea of a unique toi et moi ring to the extreme. Let's see some things that I really haven't seen. Something that is definitely not on Pinterest. If we went and tried to find other rings like this, we probably could find other rings that have a parallel band with maybe somebody has diamonds, but somebody doesn't, or something like that. Or maybe there's just more diamonds around the outside or things like that. These are going to be the ways that human jewelers rip one another off. Why don't we go a route where nobody's ever going to be worried about having been ripped off, and we'll really push the boundaries of discovery with design and creativity? So what I did was I said, let's try something different. I need 5 ideas for how I can approach the toi et moi ring in a unique way. Let's combine jewelry making techniques that are not commonly used together. Assume we're still using yellow gold, a white oval diamond, and a blue pear-shaped diamond. What are 5 creative concepts we can use to make a unique take on the toi et moi? And I've got resin encased gold flakes. I've got electroformed sculpture setting. I've got wood integration, laser cut precision, and ceramic gold infusion. And it just describes what these are. All I said from there was create a Toi et Moi engagement ring based on the following ideas, and then I would just copy and paste 1 through 5 by themselves in. For the resin with the gold flakes, this is a pretty incredible idea. I get that this is not working. The pair is not working, but you could remove that gem entirely and look at this kind of space age gold flake resin diamond ring, and this is a unique, cool idea. And of course, you could find a way in CAD to float this gemstone up in there. These are just ideas that you can run with. So I thought there was something here with that. Next one, this is the electroformed sculpture. This is kind of an Art Nouveau kind of thing as well. Again, you couldn't really wear this ring. Maybe it's an optical illusion, but there are some very redeeming qualities about this. I really, really like the level of detail and how it's using kind of natural curves. Like the Art Nouveau thing is very strong here, and it's a really good idea. Like you'd have to adjust some things in CAD, but this is another thing that you could show a customer and say, hey, this is just an idea. We're going to have to get it right. The final CAD's going to be different after we do the deposit and we start going on this journey together. But this is the starting point. I can really work with this. You could say something like, all right, deposit's going to be $750 today. I'll be able to get the render back and get the exact specs on the ring. There won't be any surprises. I usually get these really, really close. I'll come back with the range of the budgets that we would go with before we move on to production. But what do you say that we get started with $750 for this? That'd be a way that you could get money in the door. That's how you sell jewelry. You have to get the money in the door. So this would be enough to close a deposit if somebody really liked the idea, compared with others as well. Then moving along, we have some other options. Why not wood integration? This is an interesting idea with this piece of gold in the middle. It could be connecting into the stone settings here. Obviously, there would be some adjustments to be made with the prongs, but this would be a cool way to get a piece that feels weighty in somebody's hand, but without the material cost, and then you can still create some illusion with the pricing in regards to the gemstones and the fact that there is gold on it. This could be a high margin product for the right buyer. Then we've got laser cut precision. This didn't really nail the 2 gemstones, but there's still redeeming aspects of the design here that I think are very cool. It would just be another look that you could show the customer. Maybe they wouldn't be dead set on having 2 stones that are the same size. Maybe these accent kind of marquise diamonds would work. Then we've got ceramic and gold infusion. I personally really think ceramic is cool. It was just an idea given by the AI, and this is what it gave us. Another really, really interesting, inspiring take. So that's what I got for that. My takeaway here is that if we're going text to image, you want to push the boundaries of discovery. You want to push the boundaries of the potential of design of the tool, because we're trying to be original. And everybody was up in arms at one point about AI ripping off humans. From what I've seen, it's much more likely that a human jeweler is going to rip off another human jeweler than AI creating a design that somehow drew from somebody else's work. So this is a great way to get lots of unique looks. I could have done this 20 more times and gotten 20 more crazy designs, and maybe 5 or 6 of them would have been this good. So that's something to keep in mind. If you do want to have ultimate control, I'm over here in a tool called Crea. I'm in the beta for this. This is a feature that we're going to add to Jeweler's Advantage. I just want you guys to see this because it is pretty cool. But at the same time, when you compare the outputs, this is something that looks really real and is going to have some wow factor. The technology for this kind of thing, where I've drawn the piece and given a description of a photorealistic Toi et Moi ring, this still has a ways to go, but it is really cool. So look, I can adjust the band and it changes the image in real time. Again, this is something we are going to add. It's just that for right now, the priority is more on making sure that the AI can make your business successful, because otherwise AI jewelry design is just a toy. It doesn't have any real commercial application. It's not actually useful unless you can do something like create an e-com description for this item. So as you can see, it's starting to populate here. Elevated harmony, ceramic and gold fusion, Toi et Moi Engagement Ring. So we're getting a description, we're getting features and stuff like that. This is actually how you go make this a viable, real, actionable task for your jewelry business in creating this product. The other tools that are image generating tools that might have some more expanded features, it's kind of cool to daisy chain them together with Jeweler's Advantage. There's a lot of advantages to that. If you were to experiment with other solutions like Leonardo or Midjourney, we're very familiar with those tools and like them as well. This is intended to be kind of a starting point if you're learning AI for the first time, where you get the most value under one roof. So in any case, my takeaway here is that if we're going text to image, use the tool to come up with things that nobody could ever dream up. That's the real strength of using just this single pane of glass. If you do need expanded control, tools like Crea or Leonardo could be cool in the future. They're coming along. It's just not quite there where we would want it yet. We're going to add this stuff in the future, so that way you can get this level of clarity and sharpness and inspiration with the ultimate control for detail that you could then send on to production. So thank you for watching, and thank you, Jody. This was a really, really tough riddle. I learned a lot on it, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone for watching. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.